Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the show, guys. We got a special Friday show for all you guys out there. Normally don't stream here on Fridays, or if I'm doing a show on Friday, it's usually an audio podcast. But guys, welcome to the show. Welcome, guys. I want to bring in a segment here that we have to talk about. It's an important weekend. For those who are not aware, Monday is the literally the birthday of America. We celebrate Independence Day, guys, this upcoming Monday. So Independence Day this Monday, guys. It's gonna be a phenomenal weekend, guys. We got a lot planned here on the show. I got some stuff going on with the family. But, you know, I got to get a glass of iced tea, guys, because it's going to be one of these shows. Where to talk about? Well, what the hell is going on with Joe Biden? The Sky News. Is everybody familiar with Sky News? I know they have a big presence here in American politics. They're always getting into our politics. I don't want to say that like they're getting into it on a bad level, but like the Sky News put out this article here on Joe Biden. Now, where Joe Biden is trying to prove how energetic he is. Following the bike fall. Did everybody see when Joe Biden fell on his ass? Like, what was it, about a week and a half ago in Delaware? He was doing this bike run, and he fell, literally fell. And 1 second, I got to get another iced tea in. Good stuff. But he fell. He fell, and he fell on his ass, and everybody, you know, making sure he's okay. But Joe Biden. Literally, guys, was proven how energetic he is, stating that the bike fall was just an accident. Check this out, guys.
I talked to both of you about this nonsense coming out of the US, coming out of the White House, this pretense that Joe Biden, not only is he going to, wobble his way till the end of this first term, but he's actually going to run again in 2 years' time. It's such a nonsense. And in case you didn't see this show last night, Michael, I'll show you a little bit of Joe Biden trying to prove how energetic he is. Look out. He's not going to be taking any hangers at full forward. Michael, he'll be lucky to finish his first term without handing over to Kamala Harris, let alone running again, surely.
Well, I don't think Joe Biden's literally running anywhere ever again. Even on a bike, it's a dangerous proposition, isn't it? Look, no. I think even if Joe Biden was to put his hand up, you would have to think, Chris, at this point in time, the Republicans, here we go up the stairs. Yeah, good. I think at this point in time, the Republicans would have to be a shoo-in to beat him anyway. So, look, he can nominate. And if he does get the nomination, I think it speaks volumes about the lack of depth in the Democratic side. The Republicans, post the Trump era, have started to put forward a couple of candidates, which are pretty compelling. Ron DeSantis probably at the top of the pyramid there. So, look, if Biden gets the nomination, that's the democratic process in the Democratic Party, as democratic as it is. Just ask Bernie Sanders about that one. But I don't think he can win. And if he does, I'm not sure that's good for the West.
No, not at all. And Liz, this is the problem with the system, right? I mean, they can't admit that he's not going to run again because then he just looks like a lame duck, especially with the midterms coming up. But they've just got to try and support him through to the end. The one person who hopes he doesn't get there, of course, is Kamala Harris. If he has to retire due to ill health before the end of his term, she gets to become the first female president of the US.
And that's why we're hoping he lives forever, at least till the end of his term, Chris. My goodness, the only thing worse than this president would be a President Kamala, that's for sure. Let's be honest, this guy couldn't run a 7-Eleven. And I've actually watched him over the past 2 years thinking this...
I tell you what, folks, this president, like she said there, it's Sky News there, right? This is a president, folks, that literally can't even run a 7-Eleven, right? Literally. I mean, who's pulling the strings there on Joe, right? Who's pulling the strings? That's what I'd like to know, literally. But for those who's just joining in on the stream, thank you very much. I see a couple of people coming in on Twitch and a few others on other platforms. But guys, thank you very much. Thank you for supporting this show. Thank you for supporting the channel on Twitch. It means a lot. It really does, guys. It means a lot. Thank you for those who check us out on Spotify as well as Amazon Music. Really, really big, phenomenal platforms. But here, guys, let's get back to the Joe Biden scenario, right? He falls off his freaking bike. And then he's like, "Oh, everything is fine. Everything is fine. I'm okay. I'm okay." Now, I want to get into an article here that I felt very fascinating here. I want to pull up the article here because, I mean, this was literally right off of Breitbart. I love Breitbart News. They have a lot of good information, a lot of good stuff. There was a poll that came out. Did anybody see the recent poll of between Trump and Biden? Literally, there's a poll out where literally Trump is leading on Biden between the matchup. That's rather interesting. Rather interesting. You know why I say it's interesting? Because back in 2020, this man, this president that we have in office, Joe Biden, right? This is the person that was beating Donald Trump on historic numbers, right? Had more fucking votes than Barack Obama, right? Literally more votes than Barack Obama. 81 million votes that this president won by, right? Oh, he had more votes than Barack Obama. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh, was that all the votes and the ballots that you took out of the sewers there in New York City and Atlanta, Georgia, and where else was it in? Pennsylvania, right? Parts of Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, all these key battleground states, right? Now, you're probably wondering, oh, Mike, you forgot to mention Florida. Well, Florida didn't have issues with mail-in ballots. They actually have a governor that takes care of law and order in their state. Now, I want to say this is rather interesting, this poll that's showing Donald Trump literally destroy the president in the polls right now. Donald Trump is polling at historic highs, literally with Biden's approval rating at 13%. 13%. The president has an approval rating, folks, of 13%, the lowest approval rating historically. You can go back to Jimmy Carter. You can go back to Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter was even polling higher poll numbers during their presidential tenure. You have a president that's polling so low right now, I can't even understand how he's still president. Why hasn't Nancy Pelosi invoked the 25th Amendment on him? The man is terminally ill. He cannot continue running for public office of the United States of America, such as the presidency of this country. He cannot do it, folks. He slurred his words. He's falling off of mountain bikes on a freaking path in Wilmington, Delaware. But no, that's different. Oh no, he just had a bad day. What the fucking bike hit a rock or something and he fell overboard, right? Come on. I don't want to hear it, folks. The man isn't up. He's the elevator doesn't go to the top floor with this president. Does not go to the top floor with this president. So what are we going to see? We're going to see low polling numbers, but it shows Donald Trump now, literally Donald Trump. And here's the poll numbers right now. Biden's approval rating, like I said, the rating is underwater, folks. He's literally drowning in water with poll numbers. Down 13%, showing a 13% average, as 40% approve of the president doing a good job, and 53% disapprove of his job performance. Now, folks, this reflects a 2-point uptick in approval since last month. Okay? Despite that, the survey found, now this is what the survey found here, okay? Because it's rather interesting. The survey found that former President Trump increasing his lead in the matchup against Joe Biden. Literally, folks, if there was a presidential election today, they show former President Donald Trump literally destroying Joe Biden in the polls. Literally. I mean, have you seen Donald Trump's latest rallies? Destroying it. People are showing up in margins. The MAGA movement is well alive, folks, in this country. Well alive. And it's literally on fire. Literally. A tweet coming out of Interactive Polls. Now, I'm not really sure who this company is because I really don't follow them a lot. I never heard of them. But here's something with Interactive Polls making this tweet. Breaking. And this is exactly what the tweet says here, folks. That Trump leads Biden by 5 points. Oh, they're only giving him 5 points. Okay, so it's like a little like fucking independent polling company saying that Trump is only leading Biden by 5 points in the 2024 presidential election. Also, the tweet says that Trump's lead increase by 3 points from Emerson's May poll. That was just back in May. That was dated about a month and 2 weeks ago. But they put this tweet out about 3 days ago, June 28th, believe it or not. And then they show Donald Trump, 44% plus 5. They're giving him plus 5 guys. Joe Biden only polling about 39%. So, I mean, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. You know, additionally, guys, the majority of the Republican primary voters, 55% believe that Trump should be the GOP nominee for 2024. Well, who's to argue with that? The man is literally, if you want to say it or not, if you don't want to agree with it, literally is the new leader of the Republican Party. Donald Trump is the face of the Republican Party right now. And it's killing Democratic leadership, such as Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. Did everybody see that bit the other day with AOC putting out a, I don't know, it was like a fucking TikTok thing or something? I think it was like TikTok or Instagram. AOC went out the other day, yesterday. Or was it yesterday? The day before, excuse me. The former bartender from Queens put out a video saying that she does not back Joe Biden for running, but she's going to see where she stands in another 2 years from now. She's going to see where she stands. What's the matter, AOC? What's the matter, Democratic Party? Is your leader Joe Biden failing you? Where's the promises? Where's the equality? Where's the job growth? Where's the super economy that this president promised us 2 years ago? Where? You know where it's at, guys? It's down the toilet. Go in your bathroom. Go find it. It's down there. You got to get the plunger. That's where the promises are. Broken promises that this freaking delusional old man that should have never been president in the first place has been doing for 40 plus years. 40 plus years. Yeah. Yep. The lies, literally, guys, are catching up with Joe Biden. Literally. They're catching up. Check this clip out, guys.
2 and a bit years in, are the lies of Joe Biden finally starting to catch up with him? With the American economy cratering, energy prices at record highs, watch out Australia, we're next, and no one believing that any of this is really simply the fault of Vladimir Putin or Donald Trump or racism or climate change or whatever the current thing is this week, maybe monkeypox, people are starting to look at the man who is, sorry, let me try this with a straight face, the man who is in charge of the Oval Office. That is to say, Joe Biden and indeed the entire intellectually bankrupt so-called elite leadership class that are propping him up. Here's an example of this. Now, the other day, Joe Biden wrote or signed off on or was told about after his nap an opinion piece appearing under his name in the Wall Street Journal. And in it, he wrote these words, quote, "A dozen CEOs of America's largest utility companies told me earlier this year that my plan would reduce the average family's annual utility bills by $500 and accelerate our transition from energy produced by autocrats." Well, not so fast. Even the Washington Post, which until very recently has been the modern-day corporate Pravda of the Biden administration, found this to be too much. Their fact checker, the reliably left-biased Glenn Kessler, awarded Biden's claims 4 Pinocchios, pointing out that there was no reference to the savings in the transcript of the meeting with the utility executives, nor in the readout either, and that, in fact, most of the cost reductions he's referring to come from the reduced cost of driving and are expected to kick in around 2030 when Biden will be out of office and will probably not be allowed to drive anymore anyway. Anyway, in the meantime, though, high energy prices are actually a feature, not a bug for Joe Biden and the Democrats. Have a look at this.
When it comes to the gas prices, we're going through an incredible transition that is taking place that, God willing, when it's over, will be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels when this is over. This is going to be a haul. This is going to take some time.
Yeah, it'll be a haul, all right. But anyway, if he's not lying about big things, Joe Biden is lying about small things. And again, the lies are starting to catch up with him.
Yeah, guys, the lies are starting to catch up with Joe Biden. Now, it's getting bad where the brainwashing, the manipulation, people are starting to want to believe everything to try to control this type of sanity, this type of crazy society we live in today. Crazy. I was just down the other day, down Broad Street here where I live, and there was a liberal college student, literally, and I'm not going to say her name for privacy issues, a college student that was saying times are better under Joe than Donald. After hearing that, I laughed. I had to laugh. And then I'm thinking, as I'm walking by her and walking past her, I'm thinking to myself, has this woman lived under a fucking rock for 2 years? Like, what the hell? Lady, you're paying $6 in gas. Your rent is probably 4 to 6% higher, right? Your mortgage, you're probably paying about almost 7% higher under Biden, okay? Inflation, grocery bills. I mean, you want me to name it, guys? Go to your grocery market right now. Chop meat, right? We all love chop meat, right? Hamburger Helper, hot hamburgers, meatloaf, chop meat. I was just at the grocery store not too long ago. Chop meat, 6% of an increase in chop meat. Crazy. But times are a lot better under Joe, according to this liberal college student that thinks that the world is their Joe Biden. Yeah. Much better, huh? Yeah. I have a mic in my background here. It's on fire. That's what our country is, literally on fire, folks, because you have an idiot in the office that doesn't know one way or the other. Can't tell two days to Sunday, let alone remember what his chief of staff name is, or anybody in his cabinet for that matter. Doesn't remember. Has to pull out freaking cue cards out of his pocket to remember what to say next. Seriously. The man is not there. The man isn't there. Is 2024 here enough? Is it here enough? I don't know. I hope so. I don't know how much more we have until the country goes down in flames. Guys, I have a closing here on the show. I got to get a quick break in here, guys. Don't touch the dial. We'll be right back after these short words.
My father taught me how to handle my first gun. I taught my son Oliver how to do the same. I've been shooting and hunting my whole life. So when people say I won't support guns, they're dead wrong. Boom! Other conservatives know that I'm strong on the Second Amendment. Ted Nugent, Rick Perry, President Trump. But our Second Amendment is not just about hunting. It's about our constitutional right to protect ourselves from intruders or an overly intrusive government. So as your next U.S. Senator, I will fight for our constitutional rights.
All right, guys, we're back here at the show. We're going to be closing it up soon here. I wanted to come on and do this little special little Friday show here on Twitch. Thank you very much for Twitch for allowing us to stream on your network. Such an honor and a privilege. Such an honor. Also want to thank Spotify. Also want to thank Amazon Music, as well as our other platforms such as Rumble. Thank you very much, Rumble, for picking our content up. Very much appreciated. Guys, there's more of this Democratic delusional clown show, right? The circus is constantly running there at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue there in Washington, D.C. Literally, if you go over to Washington, D.C., you won't see a White House. You'll see a big tent. It looks like a freaking clown show. Literally, that's what's going on, right? You got to pay the admission, right? Pay your admission. You'll see all the most funniest, highest paid political clowns in history, starring Joe Biden, right? He's the main character. And then you have Kamala Harris. Then you have the cackling Kamala Harris. Then you have Ice Cream Nancy Pelosi from San Francisco, California. Oh, and it gets worse, guys. And the side jobs, right? You have Speaker Pierre, the new speaker, right? Press secretary, another clown. But I want to get into this last bit here before I close it out, guys. The Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton just came out just earlier today, right? Breitbart literally posting this on Breitbart. Hillary Clinton saying that I would endorse Biden if he runs in 2024. Hillary Clinton has her endorsement for Joe Biden in 2024, saying that the man is stronger than ever. Yeah, this is coming from a lady that lost significantly against Donald Trump in 2016. Now, the former Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, said just earlier on Wednesday, just 2 days ago, she will endorse Joe Biden if he runs in 2024. Well, I'm not saying anything bad about Joe. Hopefully Joe's still alive then, right? I mean, the guy is pushing 80-something years old. You think Joe's going to be somewhat there? Is the elevator going to be at the top floor by then in 2024 with Joe? Is Joe going to fall off mountain bikes in Wilmington, Delaware? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Crazy Hillary will probably be trying to have her crazy husband, Bill Clinton, saying, Bill, you got to endorse me. I got to run for president. Yeah. But, who's to say, guys? Who's to say? Guys, we got into a lot here in a short period of time. Like I said, I wanted to come on here. I had to get a quick special Friday show in. Guys, I also want to make an announcement. I've been trying to promote this on the show many times. Producer Eric's been putting it out on social media with
Alrighty, guys. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, and the rest of the week for some podcasting, guys. Take it easy.